I'm Bobby Tan from Performotion, and joining me today as my with my guest speaker, I have Yue Ning from Singapore. How are you doing today?
I'm good. You?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. So, did you train today?
Yes. You were there.
What do you do?
uh, I did bench and deadlift.
Awesome. And right as we are speaking, we are about 6 weeks out from Junior Worlds. How are you feeling?
I'm okay. Like, I don't really feel very nervous for it yet.
Okay. Yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
think I'll be nervous like, I don't know, 1 week out or like the day before.
All right. Um, Tell us a bit more about yourself.
Okay, so I'm Yue Ning. I'm 20 years old this year and it's my second year powerlifting. Seriously lah. And I'm currently a student in uni. Yeah.
What are you studying?
I'm studying medicine.
How is it?
It's fine.
It's
it's
fine.
tiring, but I think it's quite fun also.
Right.
Yeah.
And you've competed for 2 years, right? And it's your second year competing.
Yes.
And being able to make it to the world stage in just your second year of powerlifting, does it? How does it feel? Does it feel surreal, or do
Um,
you feel like?
I wouldn't say surreal, cause I think I worked hard for it.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, um, yeah. I guess like ever since I started powerlifting, this was the goal I was working towards. So I wouldn't say it's surreal. More like I feel like it's just it just shows like the amount of work I put into this.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of amount of work you've put in, let's run through your meets and how you did previously. So
Okay.
before nationals this year, you did two meets in 2023.
Yes.
Let's talk about the first one. And since we were working together, um,
Mm-hmm.
you so I think so far you did really well. Like you managed to get first for both meets, and you managed to qualify from nationals after that. So in your first local meet, you totaled 310, and I think about 4 months later, you added 20 to your total. And how did how did competing for the first time sort of feel?
I think the first time was definitely a lot less experienced in like a sense that I didn't really know what to expect um from the meet itself. Like I think it was my first time actually having like like the warm up area. Then I didn't know that so much has to go into like timing like the warm ups or like that kind of stuff because I never really experienced that before, so I think that was quite interesting to me. But then I think when it came to the lifting itself, it wasn't like anything I hadn't done before in the gym, so I wouldn't say it was like mind-blowingly different. It was mostly just
Right.
like the atmosphere of the meet. I think that's like the biggest difference lah, like compared to training in the gym, because it's just different. Like in the gym you're just like a normal training session, but then when you're there it just feels like you can feel like the tension, the excitement in the air, everything. Yeah, it's just different. Yeah.
It's something that you can't really replicate while training, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And do you think that helps that sort of atmosphere that you're talking about? Do you feel like that helps, or do you think
I
it's detrimental to your performance?
I think it brings out like a different side of me that I usually cannot um bring out when I'm just like training normally. Cause I feel like I'm the type of person to perform well, like even better when it's like under a high pressure situation. So I feel like when I'm competing, like everything just feels different. Like my mind is like hyper focused on like just lifting. There's like no distractions or anything in my head. So I think in some way it does benefit me. Yeah.
That's good. So we'll be expecting you to blend well with the crowd in Malta.
Yeah, I hope so.
You do fine. So after your second meet, which happened to be your qualifier, you totaled 330 at the time. How did you do for nationals this year?
Um, I would say that for the most part, I was quite content with my performance. Like all things considered, like everything that happened in my life, or like how training went in like the past few months before that. Yeah, I think this was like my first nationals, right? Because before that it was just like local meets and stuff. So
Yeah.
I definitely felt like it was a more memorable experience for me because the meet itself was like a larger scale. So I felt like, oh, I was finally like stepping out onto like a bigger stage after just competing at local meets for like a whole year.
Mm.
Yeah, I think the local meets just like I think after competing at local meets, I wanted like something bigger. Like I wanted more competitors because like at local meets I was like the only one. So like even if I won, I didn't feel like very accomplished or anything.
Right.
Yeah, and like
Did
I think there
did
was a yeah, sorry.
do you not have competition in your second meet?
No, it was like one person. Like
Okay.
no, it's just different. Like
Okay.
one person
Right.
is not really anything much. Yeah, but anyway, like after the second meet, like I had like a really long time before nets, right? Yeah, it was like 9 months or something. Yeah, 9 months. So I think I had a lot of time to build and like yeah, everything. But also within that time frame, I also started going to school because before that I was like on a really long break, so I had nothing on. I just went to the gym and trained and went home. Yeah, but I think with school starting, it also added on to like my challenges and stuff. Cause I was out of school for like almost a year, so I was pretty out of it by the time I went back to school. Like
Mm.
I forgot that you needed like a lot of like time management and planning around like everything. Cause I think especially for med school, like the rigor was like it was very high. It was higher than I expected actually. So I think the first few months I was struggling between like trying to catch up with like everything that was going on in school and also training at the same time because I don't stay near the gym. So like the travel part was like quite a hassle for me also at that point. Yeah, and to make things worse, um I had I had my final exams the day before nationals. So when I was in prep for nets, I was basically like also in prep for my exam, I guess. So it's like two things at once, and it
You
was
tapered
very
well for both.
physically and mentally draining. Yeah, I did take. Okay, no, I didn't really do well for my exam, but like okay, nets was fine. So yeah, I can't have it all. You know what I
You
mean?
win some, you lose some.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that was like a pretty rough time for me because I also had to weight cut for my meet. So I felt very drained when I was training and when I was studying. Yeah, but I tried my best to make it work. And I think in the end, I'm not gonna complain about how it turned out because I think like all things considered, it was a pretty good outcome. Yeah.
So you said your piece, but you didn't really
Peace.
tell us
Ah.
how much you've improved. So give us a rundown
Um.
from your numbers from 330 last year to your nationals results. So how do you do?
So I PR my total by 32.5 kilos. I think.
So you're up to
Including on
362
squat.
now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bench was 2.5. Then deadlift was 12.5 or something like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah, the math adds up.
Yeah. Um yeah, I also managed to get second place in my weight class and third place overall in the female juniors. Yeah.
And would you say that's um would you say that achieving those it made you like content and
Um I would say like I'm okay with it. I'm not like upset over it or anything. Nothing like that. But like um I did fall short cause like you know it cause like when we were like in prep for nets, the original plan was to get second overall. But then um yeah, my competition was just stronger on that day lah. So I didn't manage to get that. But I guess I feel like I wasn't having like the greatest day of my life. So the fact that I still managed to get third place overall, like I think I was quite relieved that I still like I didn't get kicked off the podium entirely.
Right.
Yeah.
So, if you could tell us one takeaway from each meet, what would it be? Starting from like your very first meet last year.
I think the first meet, it was mostly just for experience. I didn't have like super big goals for that meet. So yeah, I think the first meet is always for experience. And then after that meet, you learn all the things that you need to work on. So it's a good place for you to like um understand where you're lacking and work on it for the next meet. So yeah, the first one is like just for experience. I'll say the second one was where I really started to um, understand like what I wanted from this sport. Like it kind of like the second meet was the one that really fueled me to work even harder than I was before. Cause I realized that I was enjoying like this whole process during the second meet. Yeah, cause like all the like nerves were gone and everything. Cause I already went through it once, right? So yeah, after the second meet, I think I was like very fired up to compete again at nationals next year. Yeah, and then for nationals, I think my biggest takeaway was that I can do more than I think I can do. Like, cause my situation wasn't the best, right? But in the end, I still managed to pull through. So, I think I do have a lot more mental strength than I give myself credit for. I think that's what I learned from nationals. Yeah,
Well, you said that I knew about your situation, but the viewers don't. So, would you like to shed some light for them?
like during nets.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned it earlier. It was just juggling like training,
Mm.
cutting, studying. Yeah, it was just very exhausting at the end, cause like I was physically and mentally drained. I felt like on the last day of my like the last day before nets, I felt like I was dead. Like I just went home after training and I was like I didn't have energy to move or anything. I couldn't even eat because like I was gut cutting and stuff. So
Mm.
I felt so sad during that day. I was like thinking whether this was all worth it because like I don't want to go through all that just to like fall short of my expectations and goals. Yeah, I think I
And
really
would you
started to
say
doubt myself. Yeah,
I'm sorry?
I doubted myself a lot in that last day because I didn't know whether all the sacrifice was worth it. Yeah,
And in hindsight, would you say it was?
yeah. I think I think the fact that like I achieved everything that I did back then when I was feeling that way, um, it makes me feel like I gave my I gave my all and I'm happy with whatever happened in the end. Yeah,
Thanks for sharing with us.
no problem.
So, you were previously coached by me,
Yes.
and due to professional and personal reasons, you are now being coached by Steve.
Mm-hmm.
So, how was it like being coached by me for like the past, what is it, more than 1.5 years compared to, no, actually, how long has it been? A little over a year, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
almost 1.5 years.
And you made the shift to Steven after nationals, I think shortly after nationals.
Yeah, shortly after nets.
So it's been about
Two
two
months.
months,
Yeah.
2 3 months.
Yeah.
And yeah, how was it like being coached by me and Steven?
Like the difference.
Yeah, just talk briefly about your experience with the both of us, then talk about the differences.
Okay, sure. So when I first went under you, I was like a total beginner. Like I didn't know anything. I didn't know much about powerlifting actually. Like, cause you were my first coach. So back then I was just following like those random online programs. And then I think um I followed that for like a year. Then I went to a novice meet. Then after the meet, I was like thinking whether I should just like commit to this sport because like I wasn't fully in at that point yet. I didn't know
Hmm.
like whether I was gonna do this long term or was it just a hobby? Because back then I still had a lot of other things going on, and I couldn't fully commit to the sport at that time yet. Yeah, so I think after that meet, um, I seriously thought about getting a coach. Yeah, because I feel like in my head at the time, getting a coach was like like committing fully to this. I cannot back out anymore. Yeah, so it was quite a big decision for me. Yeah, so at that time, me and like one of my friends that I used to train with, um, yeah, we inquired you for coaching, and then I joined you after my A levels in December 2022.
Yeah.
So that was my first time working with you and a coach. Yeah, so um, I think because I was like new to the sport at that time, um, I benefited a lot from having you as my coach because you taught me a lot of stuff about lifting that I didn't know before because I was new. And yeah, it was also my first time having like an actual program, not just like some random template program online. So like I improved pretty fast lah. Yeah, I think I was like PRing every block or something at that point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, and you were very patient in explaining everything, like all the cues and stuff to me. So I feel like it was quite enjoyable working with you back then. Yeah, you basically taught me everything I know about this sport now. I can say that because I didn't know anything back then. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
yeah,
fun while it lasted.
it's still fun.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not coaching
Okay.
you now, so
Okay, yeah, but so after like nationals, I switched to Steve, right? I think at that point I was definitely more advanced. I know a lot more things about powerlifting, and I think me and Steve work well together in a sense that I am more autonomous as a lifter now. So I didn't really need to be like babysitted like I was last time as much. And I think that's the way he coaches also. So uh, yeah, it works pretty well. Our comms are like pretty good. Yeah, I think it works well for
I don't
both of us.
babysit her, by the way. Just so we're
You
clear.
used to back when I was like a noob, like I didn't know anything. Like I literally
Right, but it's
like
I wouldn't
do you
say
remember?
babysit.
I felt my squat set like on the second week with you or something because I was so like bad. Like
Yeah, and then like we had a chat. We I guess we sort of realigned our expectations, and I wouldn't call it babysitting.
okay, fine. Yeah, but I think I grew to be a more autonomous lifter over time, which
Mm,
is what works for me now and what works for Steve also. So I think we're a
yeah,
pretty good fit. Yeah.
and it's about I think as we speak. Yeah, as I said earlier, we're 6 weeks out. You
Mhm.
are how far along are you in your prep?
I think I'm going to start like the meat prep block soon. I think in 2 weeks. I think. Yeah, but pretty
You think
soon. Pretty soon.
pretty soon? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's less than 2 months, so
Yeah, yeah.
everyone should be at around like their final lap already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and do you feel like inching closer to Wolves? Do you look forward to it, or like is there like how's your mindset like compared to like from Wolves to let's say like your preparation for nationals?
I think for the most part it's the same because um I think I'm just gonna do what I did during that prep. Like do my best, give it my all. Yeah, so that I don't end up regretting like not trying as hard as I did. But also like Worlds is a different scale from nationals for sure. Cause like Nets, I just drove down to the venue. Like Worlds, I'm gonna fly like I don't know like almost a day or something. Like
Yeah,
my first ever flight that was more than like 6 hours I think.
right.
Yeah, so it's a pretty big like change lah. Like I I have to like take into account like the flights, like the time zone difference, everything. So I think there's more factors to worry about in a sense, but also because it's like a bigger scale, it also makes it more exciting because like it's like whoa, it's like where all like the
Wolves.
best leaders go to, not just like nationals. Like nationals is like only in like the country, right? But worlds is
Yeah,
like everywhere in the world.
yeah,
So
it's
like I'm pretty
Wolves.
excited. Yeah, it's worlds. I'm excited to see like all the super strong people in real life. Like after watching them on like my screen for the past 2 years, it just feels like surreal. Like it feels like I'm like in the same room as them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, like you don't even need to drive down to like the nationals now. It's like a 5-minute walk from the competition venue.
Okay, fine. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's
Yeah.
pretty sweet. Like if like we can sleep more, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna suck not being
Yeah,
able
once
to.
the flight's out of the way, then it's like
Yeah,
chill.
yeah,
Yeah.
but more or less, yeah. And you were talking about sharing the platform with like these really strong people.
Yeah.
Well, moving on, is there
Mm.
anyone you sort of look up to in this sport,
Um,
or like
yeah, like
really
the
excited to meet at Wolves?
I don't think I'm meeting them at Worlds because I'm going to Junior Worlds.
Okay,
And most
is
of
there
these
anyone
events
you're
are
looking forward to
uh,
meet at
in
Junior
Junior
Worlds?
Worlds.
Yeah.
Um, not really. Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm happy to make new friends. I think I'm just excited in general. I'm not looking out for like anyone in particular, but I'm just but in terms of people I look up to, it's just like the big names, like the 57 world champs, like Natalie Richards, Jad from like France.
Judd is going, so like,
Yeah, but Jad is not okay. Like I'm talking about like like she usually doesn't go. It's just
right?
like this time. But yeah, she's going, so it makes it like better.
Yeah,
Yeah. I hope I can say hi to her or
right.
something. Yeah.
We baguette.
No.
Okay, so compared to your prep for nationals,
Hmm.
where like you had like school, you had exams, you had this drastic weight cut. How is your prep for worlds currently?
It's definitely like very different from my nets prep because after nets, I did start working with a nutritionist. Yeah. And
How has it been? Who is it, first of all?
oh, Sophia.
Okay.
So it's been very good lah. Like I feel like my nutrition is in like way better hands now. I don't feel so stressed out about it, and I'm cultivating better eating habits. So highly recommend working under Sophia.
It's great.
Yeah, yeah,
And
and
so far, how have your results in like the spectrum of nutrition been?
okay. So after nets, we decided that like we needed to cut down to a lower body weight so that the cut for worlds wouldn't be as tough because we took into account like flying, like water retention when you're flying. So I've been on a gradual cut since nets. So I would say about 3 to 4 months now, and I've lost like 1.5 kilos in
So
total.
where were you from initially?
I started the cut at around 60 kilos. Now I'm averaging around like 58.5. Yeah. So
And
yeah, and I feel like my training's still going pretty well. I haven't felt like I'm losing a lot of kilos of my total or anything. So I think that's like the best part because I don't
yeah,
feel like I lost a lot of strength. Yeah, but
I
yeah.
thought the best part was like feeling more jacked. Like you're telling me about like your shoulders and like
Okay, yeah, that too. But like, I think I'll be even more grateful if I kept all my strength when I cut down.
right.
Yeah, if not, it's so demoralizing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So
Um. Yeah, I think we're talking about also like my circumstances outside of uh
powerlifting.
powerlifting. So
Yeah.
that my net spread was like during my final exam season, so it was very stressful. But right now I'm having summer break, at least for like the most part. Yeah, so I'm still having summer break, but it ends in like 2 weeks or something, two and a
Mm.
half weeks. Then I have to go back to school, unfortunately. But I think this time around it wouldn't be as stressful because it's like the start of the term. Yeah, and that's when I'm gonna start my meat prep. So I think it should be fine,
So you're
unless
just gonna
I'm
ditch
wrong.
school.
Yeah. Yeah, but so far it's been
The
pretty
school's
good.
fine with that.
What? My
The
school's
school
fine.
fine with
I hope my school doesn't watch this. Like,
right.
I'm not like trying to shade them or anything, but it was quite tough. Yeah, but anyway, it's been like way less stressful now. I feel quite relaxed most of the time. I think it's
That's
pretty
good.
good. Yeah.
So you're going to Worlds, and I
Yes.
think all of us would really want to know how you started from the ground up. So would you like to share with me and with
Sure.
us how you
Yes.
ventured
of
into
course.
powerlifting?
So back when I was in secondary school, I used to do track and field. So I think that was like my first exposure to the gym, like weights, because we did
Strength
do like,
sports?
yeah, we did do like conditioning in the gym, but it wasn't really like SBD stuff. It was just like with some like weights, and we do some like functional drills and kind of stuff for like my sport. Because I was doing throws in
True.
track and
Yeah.
field, so we needed a lot of like explosive power, a lot of like strength in the legs, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that was my first time going to the gym. I went to the school gym that time, and the school gym was like pretty badly equipped, I would say. Like, yeah.
Oh, no calibrated plates. Boo.
No, we had like, you know, those like old metal bars with like the screws. Like,
Screws?
yeah, like you have to screw like the ends of the bar in so that like the weights don't drop out. You know, like the weight clips you use now, but it was a screw.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was just
Okay.
very old fashioned stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but I didn't really do SBD there. I did bench a bit, but like nothing much lah. Yeah. So after secondary school, when I went to junior college, I joined Ultimate Frisbee, and I didn't go to the gym at all because like I guess we didn't really need like strength for that sport. It was mostly just like running,
Yeah, and
cutting
catching.
drills, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't go to the gym for my training at the time lah, but I think all the running and jumping made my legs grow like unexpectedly. Like I grew a lot of like mass in
Boing.
my legs because of that. What?
Yeah, it just exploded inside.
Yeah, it exploded like without even like gymming that much. Yeah, but so I was in Ultimate Frisbee from 17 years old to 18.
Hmm.
So on my second year of junior college, I started powerlifting, I guess. Like, if you can call it that at the time, because I just
What were you
like
doing?
okay. So before that, I did go to the gym like in my spare time. Yeah, but I was just doing squats. Like I didn't do anything else. I just squatted, and then I did some like upper body stuff. I just I don't know. I just like squatting. I didn't like benching or deadlifting, so I just
Right.
squatted.
It's quite
I think I got
ironic,
my
right?
squat. Yeah, wait. Like I got my squat up to like um I think like 90 something kilos, like just
Yeah.
by I don't know, I was just doing like high bar, beltless, sleeveless, that kind of stuff, you know, 'cause yeah, I didn't want to spend money on equipment at that time. So yeah, but then I think at the start of 2022, when I was 18 years old, I started following like those template programs online because I found out what powerlifting was. Yeah, so by this time I was benching and deadlifting, but I didn't start
Hooray!
until like halfway through, you know.
Right. So Scott's got a head start.
Yeah, squats got like a head start for sure.
Do you feel like it's coming back to bite you in the ass now?
um No, because my deadlifts did catch up quite quickly, so I don't know what's up
That's
with
fair.
that. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I just hopped on like a generic program in 2022, and I was juggling that alongside Ultimate Frisbee. So I was basically training 7 days a week because I only could go to the gym when I didn't have Ultimate Frisbee training. So like there was zero recovery.
Right.
I don't know how I progress. It's like just the newbie gains Yeah,
Right.
but yeah, because I think at that time, since I was still doing like sports in JC, I couldn't really commit full time to powerlifting. Yeah, because at that time I was in competition prep for like ultimate frisbee competition also. It was like nationals. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I think for a while I stopped gymming so much to focus on that. Because the fatigue from the gym was bleeding to my like my running. I couldn't run. My legs were so heavy after gymming.
It's
Yeah,
falling too much.
for real. Every day is leg day. Yeah.
So you told us you were in competitive ultimate frisbee and
Yes.
you did nationals. So
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't just a hobby. It was something that you pursued to with great regard. And
Yeah.
do you feel like back then in ultimate frisbee, do you feel like there were any attributes or any takeaways that you learned and applied to powerlifting?
I think the first time I felt like um I wanted to do well in whatever I was doing was during ultimate frisbee, because when we were in like the selection process for the nationals team, right? I didn't make it at first. I was cut from the team because I wasn't good enough. I think that the fact that I was cut made me very bitter. And then I think like that feeling woke something up in me. So after that day, wait, I think I was like really sad about it. I went to cry to my friends or something. But like after talking it out with them, I decided to like work hard and show my skills just through my hard work. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to work hard to be better so that I could be a better player. So I started training more. Like I went for like morning PTs. I went to run with them. Went to scream at like 7 a.m. in the field before school. Went to train outside of school, like on like non-training days. We went outside to practice more, and eventually, I think my coach noticed like my efforts, and I think I also got better at like technical skills and stuff. So he let me play on the team afterwards. Like even though I wasn't on the main team, I still got to play like quite a few matches because like we were like rotating the teams around. So I think that was when I felt like if I actually committed some like to something fully, I could do well at it because I wanted it so badly that like I was willing to give everything for it. I think that was the point where I realized that like I realized how competitive a person I was lah. And then when I stopped ultimate frisbee and I found powerlifting, I think I basically applied the same concept to it. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, speaking of what you really want to do badly, what do you want to do badly at Wolves?
Badly. Okay,
No,
I hope
like
I don't do badly at
what do you
Worlds.
want badly? Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not saying you're
Yeah,
gonna do
I do.
badly.
I was just playing with you.
Okay.
um I think my main goal for this meet is to PR my total. I think if I can hit a PR total on the world stage, I'll be pretty content with that. Yeah.
Is ranking something you is it something you're sort of like chasing after? This
Not
seeing as
this
you are
year.
against the wall.
I wouldn't say this year because I know realistically speaking I don't have enough time to do that. But in the future for sure. Like when I have more time to actually like build and stuff.
Okay,
Yeah, I want to gun for like a shot at podium next time. Yeah.
sounds good. So, um, the competition aside,
Mm-hmm.
what are you looking forward to most, like in Malta?
I think being in Malta itself is like a first time for me. Okay,
Yeah,
being in Europe, like I've never flown out of Asia before, so this is like my first time outside of Asia, and it's pretty exciting because yeah, I've always wanted to see like what's out there, like in the world, and like this is like a chance for me to do so. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited to explore the area, like check out the food, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
right. So after Worlds, do you have any plans for the future? I know that we know that you're in medical school and it it is tough, right?
Yeah,
So
for sure. So I
how
think
do your
afterwards,
yeah
I think I will let my training, at least powerlifting training, take a backseat for a while, because I want to figure out like um my school schedule, because like my term is starting and it's my second year of medical school, so like I don't really know what to expect, and yeah, I just want to get a hang of things first, and then I want to see how I can fit my training better into my schedule. Yeah, because I think with medical school, one very important thing is time management for sure. Yeah, if not, I will end up doing badly in both like powerlifting and med school if I don't plan my time wisely. Yeah, so then I'm just gonna chill for a few months and see what I can do with like my school schedule. Yeah.
and do you feel like due to your time management it has brought upon great results to you in powerlifting?
Yes, because I feel like the fact that I have limited time has made me like a pretty disciplined person, I guess. Yeah, so I usually set aside time to train and time to study and time for like anything else after that. Yeah, in like I think I'm pretty clear about like my priorities in life. So um having this having the skill of managing my time is definitely benefiting me now. Yeah.
All right. So before I end the episode, if there are any like aspiring powerlifters out there who like want to go to worlds, after like competing for 2 years, what is one thing you want to tell them?
I think don't worry so much about the results at this point, because if you're on the world stage after 2 years, it means that you're capable, even if you don't feel like it now. So I would say to just stick with it. Don't feel demoralized if like you don't place this time round, because if you stick with it, I'm sure that you do great things in the future.
That's really good stuff. Thank you for joining us, Yue Ning.
Thank you.
All right, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you, guys.